The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Earnestly podcast here with the man, Zack Degenerate. Zack, what's up?
Not much. Another week in the life of a losing gambler.
Well, we tied this weekend. We tied. It's like kissing a sister. Oh, I wanted to win.
I know. We both had a game that could have given us a win. That's what makes it so bad.
There was some wacky shit going this weekend in week one. There's some really wacky games. For example, I did go 3 on my actual picks of the week. I picked 5 games and that I think are the best bets of the week. I did go 3-2. Should have gone 4-1, but the Niners decided to take the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter, and not only did the Detroit Lions backdoor them, they almost kind of won that game.
Oh, I know. Would that not have been the greatest thing ever to see that?
I mean,
not on your part. But.
Well, yeah, yeah. After that, I want the Niners to lose. After that, yeah, I was like, yep, come on, golf, let's do this. So, yeah, strange week, but we're tied. So, look at these week 2 lines. These week 2 lines are actually just as difficult, honestly.
Not just difficult. I did not realize how many good games are coming up this week.
Yeah, including ours. Not really. It's not really a good game, but we have a Thursday night game, you and I.
Are you serious? We're both now evaluating our quarterback going forward.
Yeah. Well, let's start there first. My New York Giants, your Washington football team, Thursday night football. Your football team is 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 40.5. The Giants were god awful on Sunday. The football team was a little underwhelming. Granted, you played a decent team, the team that might be a playoff team in the Chargers, but losing for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
They will be a playoff team. We played a playoff team with Fitztragic. We didn't get no magic. All we got was Fitztragic, and now he's gone. And that money that we spent on him could have been used to have, a 6'4" tall wide receiver, a running back that maybe weighs 220 pounds,
right?
Or, best of all, an offensive lineman, because God knows we need some pass protection.
No doubt. So, I'm going to do the safe thing here. It's a divisional game. I'm taking the under this game.
No, you have to be a homer.
No, I'm not.
I want to take the under.
I think I'm done with this Giants team, dude. I think one weekend I see enough. I'm done with Daniel Jones. I think I'm done with come my Giants fans are like, oh, let's calm down. It's only 1 week. Like,
are you done with Saquon Barkley though? Because you're about to make a decision on whether or not to give him $16 million a year.
I wouldn't pay him at this point.
Good.
I wouldn't pay him. I mean, seriously, but I mean, he's not that he's damaged goods, but it's the money more than else.
Exactly. He is yet to show up in a game where he carries you to victory. He knows how to pad his stats when you're down three scores.
Right.
But hey, I'm taking the under also because I don't think either team can score many points unless it's on a defensive play.
All right, it's the Sunday games here. We got the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Chicago to face the Bears. The Bears are 3-point favorites. The over/under is 45 points. I told you guys the lock of the week was the Bengals beating the Vikings, and it did happen. But, I guess, I don't know. This is the problem with week 2. We still don't know what team is what. There's a lot of overreactions out there. Are the Bengals better than we? Are the Bengals good this year? I don't think they're that good. I think they're decent, but they're certainly a stellar team in that division. The Bears, are they that bad? They played a team that we both think go to the Super Bowl this year in the Rams. So, I don't know. There's a lot of figuring out here in this game. So, in this case, I'm taking the over in this game at 45 because I just don't know where these teams lie right now 2 weeks in.
Yeah, and I'm the exact same way. I actually thought I had Cincinnati figured out. because I assumed they had a head case at wide receiver, and lo and behold, he has an amazing game. So now I'm too scared to bet for or against Cincinnati, so I'll just take the over like you.
Yeah. So, wow, we'll copy each other for 2 weeks. I think we're scared. I think we're scared. Oh, man. Anyway.
I mean, what other reaction can you have after that game?
Exactly. All right, this is
I know you picked it, but I thought Cincinnati would lose. I thought the line was too short.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Next game here, we have Houston Texans heading to Cleveland to face the Browns. The Browns are 12.5-point favorites. The over-under is 48 points. Houston, shocking. Well, I don't know if shocking the world is the one thing. You're beating the Jaguars. They're not that good either. I got to tell you, the Browns. If I'm a Browns fan, your last 2 games you played against the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. The playoff game last year, and then week 1 to start the year. And both games you had a chance to win those games. If I'm a Browns fan, I'm feeling pretty good about my team. Like, I really am.
Oh, hell yeah. And for a team to jill like that already, I mean, yeah, they gave up some points to Kansas City, but they were leading that game, and they controlled it for a large percentage of the time. So, if I'm Kansas City, I would be a little scared.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Pat Mahomes, so at least you have that in your back pocket. But if I'm a Browns fan, I'm thinking, okay, well, obviously we can compete with KC. They are the cream of the crop in the AFC, definitely. Yeah. So the way I see it is this: the Browns are pretty much on par with at least being the second, third best team in the conference.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I mean, chasing them will probably be the Chargers at number 3.
Right.
In my opinion.
We'll see. I mean, it's a big glove right there between the Chargers and the Bills, and we'll see how that plays out. That being said, I think the Browns get back on track, and I think they cover 12.5 points here.
Yeah, and see, this is the other team I am super freaking scared of right now because Tyrod Taylor cost me a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, you kept texting me that the whole weekend.
Yeah, I haven't even moved on. It's going to take me a little while. But I just went with the over. I'm going to have to play it safe, 12.5 points. I don't want to end up like San Fran last week and get backdoored. So yeah. I will just take an over.
Oh, I know how that feels. Believe me. I know how that feels. All right, next game here. This is an interesting game here. The LA Rams headed to Indianapolis to face the Colts. The Rams rather, are 4-point favorites. The over-under is 48 points. So the Colts lose to Seattle last week. And now they have another home game against another NFC West team. As I said, during the over-unders podcast we did, as me and you and Chris, Colts schedule out the gate tough. And the Rams obviously look really good against the Bears. But I'll tell you what, I think, I'm not sure if the Colts will win this game, but I think they'll bounce back here. I think they'll bounce back, maybe win this game. But I'll take the Colts +4 here.
Yeah, I can't do that until I actually see Wentz show up and lead a team. I'm gonna have to probably keep betting against the Colts. So give me the Rams this week to cover.
Oh wow!
And probably win by 10.
Oh wow! On the road too, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. This game.
I think people are sleeping on how good the Rams are, and people know they're good, so they need to wake up. They're probably going to beat Tampa Bay this year.
It might be Rams and Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
it might be Rams and Bucks in the conference championship. We'll see. All right. This game is very intriguing. Obviously, divisional game. The Buffalo Bills heading to Miami face the Dolphins. The Bills right now are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 47.5. I've had to calm Dolphin fans down the last couple days on social media because they forget that they were literally a fumble away from losing that game against New England. I like the Dolphins, but they're not a top 10 team just yet. They're not.
Oh, absolutely. And I think people are forgetting how the first 3 quarters of that Pittsburgh Bills game went. Pittsburgh did not look good.
No.
So
their defense did.
I'm really confident in the Bills covering this week, coming back and straightening things out.
I'm going to take the safe route here and bet the under. Divisional game. I think Buffalo's better than Miami right now at this point. But divisional games are weird. You know what I'm saying? You throw out the intangibles. It's a lot of motion in these games. And I think this will be a low-scoring game. Was that last week?
Yeah, and it is kind of a high over-under for a divisional game at 48.
I agree. I got 47.5. 48, yeah. So I'm taking the under. You taking Buffalo to cover?
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo to cover.
Okay.
It'll probably still be low scoring, but I think they'll cover.
Oh, my youngest kid's awake. Come here, buddy. Come here. I'm sorry. All right, next game here we have the New England Patriots, another AFC East divisional game. The Patriots going to New York to face the Jets. The Patriots are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 42. I'll take the Jets here, actually. I thought the Jets played well in the second half of that game against Carolina. And I think they'll keep this game relatively close, honestly. I think 5.5 points in any individual game is it's a lot. And this Pats team, I thought Mac Jones looked pretty good in this first game. I just don't know if the Pats are explosive enough to actually pull away and win a game by a sizable margin. This is not Tom Brady, obviously. So give me just a +5 here. +5.5, actually, rather.
Yeah. I've got to go completely opposite you here. I'm going to take New England on just a simple fact that I believe Bill Belichick owns every single rookie who's ever come into the league. And you're giving him fresh meat coming off a loss. I feel like this screams out beat down to me.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So, yeah, I'll take the Patriots to cover.
All right. Next game here, we have the San Francisco 49ers heading to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. The Niners are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under in this game is 50.5. Both teams won, albeit the Niners got a little scary late in the game, like I said earlier. The Eagles, what a win against Atlanta. I mean, are we underrating the Eagles this year? What do you think?
No, I think we overvalue Atlanta's offense. This team is just so bad. I don't even know how you can qualify Atlanta right now. So how good are the Eagles? I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're slightly better than what we think if we were thinking more than 6 wins. But I'm going to go the other way.
Take a Niners?
I'm going to take the Niners. I wanted to take the over, actually, because it is kind of a lot of points on the road.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to switch and just take the over on a safer bet.
Right, I did also, too. I'm not taking over as well, too. I think the Niners' defense is not as good as we think they are. We'll see. Obviously, they improve. But I can see a lot of points being scored here. I do see a lot of points being scored in this game. So.
Yeah, I think Trey Lance will get a lot more play.
You think so?
Too.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, just for the way in which they'll be playing against Jalen Hurts, and that's going to be in everyone's eye, I think Kyle Shanahan's going to want to see if he can do the same type of gimmick plays.
Okay. All right, next game here we have here he goes. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. The Steelers right now are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 47 points. Wow, what a game last night, Raiders and Ravens. Whew. What a game.
Yeah.
They should have lost that game a few times.
There was no way I expected that. And when it's, 17-17 after 3 quarters?
Yeah.
What an incredible fourth.
Yeah.
And then the overtime.
One weekend, probably the game of the year already. But probably the game of the year. It probably will be the game of the year.
I won't go that far.
Well, I mean, in terms of how wonky the game was.
Oh yeah, no, it was a phenomenal game because freaking Baltimore is driving to go up 21-0 before they get careless. So the game could have been a complete blowout, and Baltimore got lackadaisical. And next thing you know, Las Vegas thinks they can win, and they do. I'm not sure who called that on your show last week. I believe his name is the Degenerate.
Okay, called what?
Las Vegas winning the game.
Yes, you did. I had the over. We both hit it. That would have been.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take Las Vegas this week too.
Ooh, okay. In Pittsburgh, huh? I'm actually going to also take the Raiders on the points, plus 5.5. I don't know. Again, I have questions with the Steelers. The defense is great. The defense is top 3, probably best in the league. Who knows? But Big Ben doesn't look the same. No running game. They're not explosive.
No.
So if the Raiders can actually stay, not turn the ball over, this could be a game where they can pull away. But of course, the Steelers' defense is a big question. So, but give me Las Vegas on the points here, plus 5.5.
All right.
All right, next game here we have the New Orleans Saints here in Carolina face the Panthers. The Saints right now are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 44 points. What a day! What a game for James Winston and the Saints last week, huh?
Yeah, that might have been the wildest game, or the one game no one saw coming.
The wildest results, right?
It was the most unpredictable. There we go. That was the word. Most unpredictable game. I would never believe someone if they said, "Oh, I knew New Orleans was going to blow out Green Bay." No way in hell.
Well, I'm taking the Saints here. I'm going to ride a momentum here and take the Saints to cover 3.5 points. Carolina, again, people are high on Carolina this year being a frisky team. I don't see it. I know they beat the Jets, obviously, but I don't know, man. I don't see it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, first off, how do you blow out Green Bay, who actually has a quality defense for the most part?
Yeah.
And only make the line 3.5 points against Carolina.
They know something.
It made no sense, but you got to take New Orleans.
Yeah. I feel like I'm stealing money here, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah.
All right. Next game here, we have the Denver Broncos heading to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. The Broncos are 6-point favorites on the road. Over/under is 45.5. Broncos look really good against the Giants. The Jaguars obviously shit the bed against the Texans. They're my number 32 team on my rankings. Still, I think that's a lot of points to give up to a home team. That, okay, fine, they weren't ready for the first game, but they got to figure Jaguars at least trying to bounce back in the second game. And I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna take the Jaguars on the points plus 6 here.
Yeah, I can't see Jacksonville being in the ball game with that kind of defense. You know what Urban Meyer is right now with his football team? He's Mike D'Antoni in basketball. All offense, no defense. And so I'll take anyone to cover any spread against Jacksonville going forward until I see something. If Tyrod Taylor can cut you up, no, you're not going to have a defense all season. It's that simple for me.
So you think Denver cover 6 points?
Yeah, I'll take Denver to cover, and I'll take every other team to cover until I see their defense show up one time.
Ooh. All right. Next game here, we have the Minnesota Vikings heading to Arizona to face the Cardinals. This is an intriguing game, actually, to be honest with you. The Cardinals are only 4.5-point favorites, over/under 51 points. I feel like Vegas still likes the Vikings here, just despite the fact that they lost to Cincinnati. Because if this spread should be a little high. Based on last week, it should be a little higher. Arizona looked fantastic against Tennessee last week. I'm going to take Cardinals. I'm going to Cardinals to cover here.
I don't understand how the line is so low for what Arizona was able to accomplish on the road.
I agree. Give me the Cardinals to cover and then some.
Me too. Really, the toughest thing here was what's a safer bet: Arizona to cover or the over in the game.
Honestly, I think the over.
I'll take Arizona to cover.
I think Arizona covers the safer bet. I believe in this Cardinals team. I really do. I saw enough winning to see in week 1. I really did. Tennessee's a good team, and they got embarrassed. So, all right, next game here we have the Atlanta Falcons, the fraud cons, of course, heading to Tampa to face the Buccaneers. The Bucs are 2.5-point favorites. The over/under is 52. This is a divisional game. Falcons obviously look terrible against Philadelphia. The Bucs, going to have 11 days off prior to this game. My gut says the Bucs to cover, but this is a divisional game, and I got a funny feeling that Atlanta's going to show up at least a little bit here. At least a 10-point game here. Bucks win this game, but Falcons cover. Give me plus 12.5 for the Falcons. These divisional games are weird. I don't know.
Is there some? Did you have some amazing day one night in Atlanta that will never let you leave? Because Atlanta has no shot. All right, we learned this. We knew Atlanta going into the season was going to be a terrible team. And we just realized how bad they will be all season.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I wouldn't have been scared if the line was 14.5.
You think the Bucks are to cover?
Yes. Oh, yes. 11 days off for Tom Brady to fix a few little mistakes that he feels like happened. Oh, yes. Give me the Bucks, please.
All right. 4 more games here we got to go. We have the Dallas Cowboys heading to L.A. to face the Chargers. The Chargers right now are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 55. Call me crazy. I'm taking the under here.
Yeah, you're crazy. There's no way in hell this is an under game. But what I want more, I want to be ballsy. I'm going to take Chargers cover.
You would think it's a home field advantage for the Chargers, but it won't be because Cowboy fans travel well.
I don't care if they travel well. Their defense doesn't travel. And now you're giving Justin Herbert a week after he had a tough defense. He is going to want to pad his stats like crazy.
I thought their D was...
And he will against that shitty-ass defense.
I thought their D was pretty good against Tampa, though. I thought their defense was actually fairly solid.
How many points did they give up?
Was it 30-something?
Yes, and that's after getting 2 turnovers.
Well,
Their defense didn't improve. I'm sorry, Dan Quinn had Hall of Famers in the backfield when he was a good defensive coordinator.
Well, I don't know. I got feeling.
No, you stick with your pick because we need a couple different ones so that one of us can finally win.
Yeah, I got the under here. You got Chargers. I got the under on this one. All right. Next game here. This is a gut check game here, especially the Tennessee Titans heading to Seattle versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 5.5 point favorites. Check out this over-under. The over-under is pretty high. 54. For these two teams, it's pretty high.
They're expecting, a shootout. That's what almost every Seattle game turns into. So with those kind of offensive weapons, Julio Jones getting called out after the Sunday performance, you would think there's going to be a few more points scored. So I kind of get the over/under. I think Seattle by 5.5 is a little high.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get people to bet Tampa Bay, or if you're trying to get people to bet Seattle.
Yeah. I like Tennessee in the points here. Honestly, I see a bounce back. I know they win the game, but I see a bounce back here.
I'm with you. I just don't think Seattle has a good enough defense, so I'll take Tennessee one more time.
Right.
But only one more time.
One more time. We got 17 weeks to go, bud. Come on. All right, 2 more games here. We have the game of the week here. The Kansas City Chiefs heading to Baltimore to face the Ravens. The Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites. The over/under 55.5 points. This is easy. Over all day. Over. Pound the over. I don't see any of these defenses being able to stop each other. Probably Casey wins this game, but I like the over more than anything else.
Yeah, and I think the safest bet is Kansas City to cover. It's just that simple. I could actually see Baltimore laying an egg after having an emotional letdown where they should have won that game and they should have won it convincingly in just the first quarter. So I'll take Kansas City this week.
Okay. I kind of wanted to go there too, but it's in Baltimore. There'd be a hype crowd there. I don't know. Baltimore. That was just a weird game last night. So, but I'll take the over just to be safe. And finally, Monday Night Football. We have the Detroit Lions heading to Green Bay to face the Packers. The Packers are 11 point favorites. The over/under is 48. Green Bay. I saw a stat today that in the last 11 games that these teams have played, the Lions have beaten the Packers by 4 times by double digits, and same with the Packers the other way. I've always said that a great team that gets beaten or embarrassed, the best cure is next week they play a really terrible team, and Green Bay has this going on. Green Bay has a scenario playing out now. It's in Lambeau. I think Aaron Rodgers comes back and guns a blazing. I think the Packers win this game. I think they cover them points, and it's an easy win for them. Detroit's not that good. Detroit shouldn't even win that game against San Francisco on Sunday, honestly, in the fourth quarter. And I think things will come back to earth a little bit this week. I think the Packers will start winning again, and I think the Lions will go back to being that bad team they were for the first 3.5 quarters.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to bet on Detroit, but as you say, that's a lot of points for a divisional game, even when it's a bad team. So, and I'm going to go with the over and just expect there to be a ton of points getting scored.
Yeah, I just can't see.
I hate stealing your line. I know I probably got to pay you for it, but...
So Packers to cover as well?
No, I'm going to take the over.
Oh, so the over. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Too big a spread.
I think the under would be
for a divisional game.
True, but I think the under actually will hit on this one, but I'm not confident in that. So there's your picks for week 2 for EJ and Degenerate. Before we go, want to talk quick? Do you want to talk about the disaster in at Doak Campbell on Saturday?
Okay, you almost lost your team last year because you're an idiot head coach who thinks he's special when he's not yet, and then you have something like that. And the only thing you need to know in football is something called prevent defense on the last play of a game.
That shit was
Florida
horrible.
State wasn't so fucking cheap, I think they should have fired him.
Unfortunately,
if you can fire Clay Helton, you sure as fuck should be able to fire that dude.
Clay Helton also has 7 years.
I'm sorry. Norvell's got to go.
Well, Clay Helton has at least 7 years, or 6 and 2 quarter years, or 1 quarter year into USC. This guy's this is number 2 year.
Did Jacksonville State beat USC or Florida State?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's absolutely embarrassing. After you have such a great game against Notre Dame, to not even have the nerve to show up and play. Like, I thought even when you're a freshman you had some kind of pride. Why would you want to lose to Jacksonville State?
I turned the game off thinking they had it in the bag, even though it was still a low-scoring game. I'm like, oh, I'll handle this.
Yeah.
And I turn around and I turn on TV, and the game's over. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I stopped when it was 17-7 in the fourth, and I'm like, okay, well, we're good.
I was tired. I went to sleep early, and for some reason I woke up like an hour later and just checked the score. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I've seen some bad losses in the 30 years being a fan of the school, but this is up there. This is easily top 3-4 losses I've ever experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one's more embarrassing. Losing a game to a JV squad or getting absolutely smoked by Lamar Jackson, losing like 70-7 against Louisville one year.
Yeah.
That
was bad.
That one was bad, and then the next one's a championship game with Florida. But, at least it was a championship game, so you had some pride there.
Yeah. That was 96, right? Against Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Danny Warfel.
Don't remind me of that shit. I was 16 years old. That was a nightmare. And the thing is, we beat them a month before that.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part. Oh, God.
Those are the 3 worst games I can remember in history. And then the fourth one is probably Lamar Jackson's second game against Florida State. When he only beat them by like 40-something.
Yeah. All right, last thing before I get you go. I know let's talk on politics real quick. Who's winning the California recall?
Oh, it's Newsom. As soon as they got wise and put the spotlight on Larry Elder, you knew Democrats would start showing up.
Yeah.
Here's my question for politics.
Yeah.
I would have assumed, as fucked up as Biden has been on shit, or what people like to say fucked up, I won't even go that far, really.
Right.
Everyone was calling for a huge Republican wave. And now you got the stuff in Texas. Even Republican women. Do you think Republican women are thinking, well, we didn't expect Roe v. Wade to be completely gone. We thought there would be some protections. Now it's pretty much gone. So, could that bring a Democratic wave?
I mean,
because of women?
The problem is that a lot of Republicans, a lot of Republicans who will never vote Democrat, will vote Republican out of spite, regardless of if it benefits them or not. And that's the problem.
That'll be Republican men. I get that. But now we're talking Republican women. And you just literally had a fundamental right taken away. Because that bill by Easter, when Jesus comes back, that bill's going to be in at least 15 other southern and southwestern states that are Republican controlled.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, I said on my last episode on the podcast about, Joe Biden and the vaccine mandates on that and where he stands and where the Democrat Party stands. I think there's still a lot of smog right now around this whole situation. Like, I know obviously we're past the Trump thing right now, sort of, if you will, but I don't know. I mean, this might be one of the most important midterms in recent memory, and I know we say that all the time, but these midterms next year, 14 months away, are going to be huge.
Yeah, because it's already a 6-3 Supreme Court, and it could be a 7-2 real soon. And
Joe Biden's
the writing's on the wall for women.
Right, and Joe Biden's approval rating is tanking right now.
Yeah, which I can't believe people are talking about that with Afghanistan. I'm sorry. Here's a fun little fact for you. The moment you put up a date for withdrawal and all of our enemies, all of these terrorist cells start seeing that you're withdrawing, they're going to try and infiltrate the line. That wouldn't have mattered if it was August 31st or if it was December 31st.
Yeah.
As soon as you have to start checking people to make sure they are who they are so that they can be evacuated, guess what? There was going to be a suicide bomber in those lines. It does not matter because we had to verify whether or not you can come here. We don't want to let them get here and then have that happen.
I think what annoys me, and I've said this before on the show, about the voters and people who are in the partisan, shelving, whatever we'll call it, is that regardless of the particulars involved in it, I don't think they appreciate enough how, to be honest with you, Trump and Biden are on the same page in terms of complete withdrawal. We can argue about the details of how it was done, but in terms of getting the fuck out of Afghanistan, both presidents agreed on that. And in fact, we can't even come to a fucking understanding of that. It's just pathetic.
Yeah, and all you're doing now is saying people want to. Oh, we need to go back in because it was a failure. No, we need to stay the fuck out.
No, go back in. Yeah, and not to defend Biden here. Go back in, and then when he goes back in, and then we lose 13 servicemen, you blame him for that. You can't play both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't play both ways.
All I know, here's what I know. In September, there won't be any servicemen dying. In November, there won't be any. In December, there won't be any.
Right.
And in 2022, there won't be any.
Yeah, we got to be out of there.
That's what I know by actually pulling out.
Right. And again, Trump's voters, Biden voters. By the way, both guys on the same page. Want it out of there. Any out of there. So stop.
Yeah.
We can't come together on that shit. 2/3 of the country wanted out of Afghanistan. I mean, it's pathetic.
At least.
Well, overwhelmingly. So I don't understand that. And that's not even a Democratic Republican position. That's just common sense. Get out of there now. So anyway. Zach, that was good. We'll talk soon. Good luck on your picks. Obviously, tie week 1. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah. One of us has to win this week, so good luck.
You think so?
It'll probably be you.
You think so?
Well, I'm gonna be betting on my pick, so yeah.
I'll be gambling this week. I'll be gambling too. I'll be gambling this week too. I mean, I didn't have a good week. Damn parlays. So we'll talk soon, buddy.
All right, later.
All right, later.